Okay, I think I got good reception now. I received a fair amount of criticism for my video Operation Gridlock, where I was talking about the Michiganders who were out there protesting at the state capitol. And I want to clear some things up, and I wanted to go live because truth fears no scrutiny. But I will say this: accusation without substantiation is the height of ignorance. If you make a statement and you're resolute on that statement, you're making an assertion or an accusation and you can't back it up, you're a fool. You're an outright fool because you don't know if what you're saying is true or if it's false. And I'll just leave that at that. Another thing is, maybe stop to consider that people who are not you, I'm trying to put this on the mirror right here. Maybe people who are not you do things outside of the internet that you don't know about. I don't carry a camera with me wherever I go. And I don't feel at liberty to tell you guys everything that I do that's good. Look, Brian's being a good little boy. But when somebody claims, you're a hypocrite and all you do is sit behind the computer and tell people what they should do all day, and they have no idea what the person that they're accusing is doing, it is the height of ignorance. And that's part of what's wrong with our world is people are quick to launch accusations, unfounded, unsubstantiated accusations. You can launch an accusation, for example, against, Barack Obama. These are just people off the top of my head, or, Hillary Clinton, and you can back those statements up. For example, the Affordable Care Act. Nothing could be more unaffordable. And the Affordable Care Act was contingent upon one precept: steal money from the people, redistribute wealth, waste American taxpayers' money. That if that's all Obama did wrong in his presidency, that was enough to point the finger at him, saying you are an unprincipled, evil tyrant. If that's all he did, and we know there's a plethora of other things that he did. For example, one component of the Affordable Care Act was healthcare.gov. It was a website. It didn't cost 1.7 thousand. It didn't cost 1.7 million. It cost the American taxpayers 1.7 billion dollars for a website. If that's not tyrannical, tyranny doesn't exist. So when you make accusations, you can make accusations. If it makes you feel good to make accusations against me and I don't do things and all that, I mean, fine. I'm not going to try to defend myself. I am out here again today to do what I've been doing and trying to wake my community up, passing out flyers, meeting people. But I will tell you this, before I leave this subject, when this thing first came down, because I have a current inherent distrust in government, when I hear government say something, in my mind, click, it's automatically the exact opposite. So when they started calling for these shutdowns, I immediately went with a couple of the biggest businesses in my small town and pleaded with them, please don't shut down. I'm not going to call out any names, but I went to the biggest owners that I could find, and one of them's on the, I mean, I don't have the person on the video, but I alluded to it on one of my videos. But he had, let's say, I don't want to put anybody out, but he has a large clientele to the tune of, let's just call it 400, 500, 600 people. Okay. And I said, man, look, I am in your corner. I've got a channel. I will use my platform to bring national attention to your business, and we will all stand together. You have my word. And he was like, no, I don't know. The mayor said shut down. And I was like, who's the mayor? Who is the mayor? This is your livelihood. This is your family on the line. Please, I just beg you, don't close your doors. I will help you keep them open. I will rally the troops. I will do whatever it takes to get hundreds of people on your side, not only locally, but also nationally. And we will stick together and we will win. Because one thing a tyrant cannot face is a united front of hundreds, thousands of people standing together on one cause. You don't have the right to take away my freedoms. I'm not doing that to you. Just leave me the hell alone. But this COVID-19 thing is so freaking deceptive. It's wormed their way into people's minds where they actually think it's real. They actually think there's this dangerous lion in the street and it's going to devour them. And therefore they're going, okay, but if I don't close my business down and people catch this illness because I was open, that's going to make me look like a real bad guy. There's this catch-22 that I realize that governments have craftily just they've almost, in our minds, they've checkmated us, and it's frozen people. It's petrified them. It's solidified them in their cognitive dissonance, and they can't move beyond that barrier, no matter how much support. It's like, you've heard the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You can lead a man to truth, but you can't make him think. And so I've been trying in my town, and I'm only one, guys. I'm no big deal. I ain't a big deal. Most people in my town don't even know I have a channel. And besides that, it's almost 300,000 and 500,000. Who cares? What if I had a following of 50 million? Who cares? I'm just one dude. But I'll use my platform to the best of my ability to rally people. And I'm not saying the Michiganders did wrong by rallying. I did not. People are saying, I came to this channel expecting to see truth, and you're just a hypocrite. Whatever, guys. I'm trying like crazy in my little town, and I just assume the best of you guys that you're trying like crazy in your town. But if we all get together, rally the troops, not to beg tyrants to give us rights. They can't even take them away. Nobody can take your rights away. It's all a construct of the mind. It's back to that horse that's tied to that $1.50 plastic China-made Walmart chair. He's a 1,500-pound beast, and he thinks he has to be tethered to that thing. Well, damn, it's all over. I can't get. I know I weigh 1,500 pounds, and I could just sling that thing from here to kingdom come. But gosh, I'm tied to this chair. There's nothing I can do. That's the exact mentality that we're seeing right now, day after day, unfolding in America. And a place that I can't let my mind go to is that it's curtains for us. It's all over. I can't let my mind go. I see what you guys are saying when you're saying America's over. It's done. It's through. Literal martial law is sitting at our doorsteps. Trump has completely sold us out, and I totally agree. And I'm disheartened when I see people with Trump banners still. My God, I would hope that you guys would think I was freaking crazy lunatic out of my mind. Get the straight jacket, roll the paddy wagon up here, throw this guy's ass in a padded cellar, put him out of his misery like a damn dog. If I was waving a banner for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump or, Barack Obama or John McCain or something, I would hope that if I have Hillary 2020 waving on a flag, you'd be like, I don't even know what, I don't know who put the funny juice in your cornflakes, but you're out to lunch, man. That's exactly how we should be looking at Trump. Trump has enacted and exacted more tyranny on this land with a 15-second, $6.2 trillion freaking dollar signature than Obama could do in a 4-year term as president. $6.2 trillion like that. And people are going to literally wave a flag for Donald Trump and have the gall to say Trump 2020 when he has done nothing but hand the keys of the kingdom over to the international bankers. And I'm the crazy one. I'm the one who's belittling the Michiganders. Let me ask you a question. Do you love truth? No, let me ask you another question. Do you love freedom? Because if you love freedom, the prerequisite for attaining freedom is truth. If you minimize, compromise on, adulterate, contaminate that truth in any way, you are facilitating tyranny, because tyranny can only grow in the petri dish of deception and lies. Tyranny cannot grow in an atmosphere of truth. So if I or anybody, I don't care who it is, comes along and points out an error in what the Michiganders are doing by waving their Trump flags, and literally the flag of tyranny, guys, the Trump flag is the flag of tyranny. And I'm saying that objectively, not as some subjective liberal lunatic libtard or whatever you want to call me. You can objectively look at just the signing of the $6.2 trillion stimulus package, the forcing of all states to comply with ID 2020, the Real ID Act by October 20. My state, Oklahoma, has to comply by October 1st, 2020 with Real ID, and it's got to be on your license, or you cannot board a domestic or international flight. And we're talking about connecting your ID to a biometric database that was brought online as an idea, as a concept by Bush W in 2004. Obama didn't do anything with it, and then Trump goes, "Yeah, real ID. Let's have all states be compliant by October 1st. Your state is like that too." If that was all that was wrong with Trump's administration, that alone makes him a tyrant. That alone is a transgression of the Fourth Amendment, which is to be secure in your person's houses, papers, and effects. That's your ID. Keep your personal information to yourself. But a government functionary goes, "No, we don't want to make it to yourself. Let's go ahead and do real ID." If that was all that was wrong with Trump, that's one. If all that was wrong with Trump was that he put an international Goldman Sachs banker as the head of the Treasury Department and freaking betrayed you and me, if that's all that was wrong with Trump, he sold you down the river. That's it. If all that was wrong with Trump was that he was for and empowered a militarized, federalized police force by giving them military-grade equipment and uniforms and all that kind of stuff to police officers all along the land, and gave his blessing for civil asset forfeiture, if that's all you had for Trump, that's all you need to know he is a tyrant. Guys, I could go all day with this. You've seen me do it. You're probably sick of me saying it. But these are objective markers that determine, according to truth, according to freedom, according to the spirit of liberty, which, by the way, the spirit of true liberty is resistance, it's defiance, it's non-compliance. It's not standing out in front of a courthouse begging that you would just please lighten our load and make the chains just a little bit weaker for us. Please just give us a little bit more of our freedom. Please open our businesses. That is not the spirit of liberty. And to think otherwise is to do a great disservice to those who actually met out there. That's why not only did I not belittle them, I said, hey, it's a great thing that you all get together and meet at the courthouse, but don't address the tyrants. They don't address you when they take away your rights and take more of your money away. Why would you address them? It doesn't make any sense. Can you imagine if a Nazi Pelosi got up there on CNN and said, I just want to ask the American people if I can please take... Sorry, guys. Sorry for that noise. I didn't. Shoot. How do you hang this up? Sorry, guys. There was a call coming in. Nazi Pelosi got up in CNN and she goes, would it be okay if we crafted an anti-gun violence law that takes away AR-15s from everybody? Would that be okay, American people? They don't ask you. They just say, hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15s and your AK-47s like Beta Male O'Rourke did. They don't ask you anything. They just do it. Why should you ask a tyrant? Why should you belittle yourself? Not only did I not belittle them in Michigan, I asked them not to belittle themselves, because that's exactly what you're doing when you're assembling on the state capitol and addressing tyrants and asking tyrants, please give me just a little bit more freedoms. The giving of freedom is in your mind. It's in here. You determine whether you're going to be tied to that $1.50 Walmart China-made chair as a 1,500-pound animal that could just rip that thing right out. You determine it. How is it belittling the Michiganders when I said, hey, look, take up the mantle of your own self-determination and governance? Don't wait for a psychopathic parasite to do it. We'll get some water here. So needless to say, I was quite disheartened at some of the, shall we say, discouraging comments under that video. Guys, for freedom, it's all or nothing. Give me liberty or give me death. You can quote it all day long, but if you don't mean it in your heart, it's not there. If it's just in your head and it hasn't sunk down to the depths of your soul to where you're like, I know this is going to be highly unpopular, and I know there's a line that's been drawn by mainstream media and government functionaries to distract, deceive, and divide us, but I am not going beyond it. Even if all the sheep go, I can't believe you belittled them. I mean, I'm not trying to belittle you guys by what you said to me. I basically hate when people do what I just now did. But you got to understand, guys, freedom isn't something that a man can give from you. And liberty is not something a man can take from you, not legitimately. And people are like, you don't even own a business. How do you know I don't own a business? A lot of you guys know I do own a business in this town. A lot of you guys do. You're not feeling any because you sit behind a computer all day. A lot of you guys know I don't sit behind a computer all day. I'm not going to sit here and try to defend myself. I'm going to be out and I'm going to meet the people and I'm going to tell them you've been lied to. And on the basis of this freaking lie, they've closed down our freaking shops. They've cut off our money. They're hyperinflating our currency. They're gathering. I'm going to open this because it's getting hot. They're gathering troops around here. They're sending tanks and heavy machinery, MRAPs, not medical vehicles, all around America. Why? Why on American soil? What are you guys doing? Are you getting ready for an uprising? Yeah, what's going on here? And I would appeal to all you military guys out there. If they ask you to turn your guns on Americans, you know what your duty is under freedom. You know what it is. All you law enforcers out there, if you turn your guns on Americans like you've been doing, I don't even want to say shame on you. It's just a travesty. It's a travesty. So I just wanted to go on here live, and I'm going to read some of your comments in a second. I brought my glasses this time. But I want to clear the air. It's freedom or nothing. It's give me liberty or give me death. I mean, that's not even a false dilemma. It's a true dilemma. Give me liberty or give me death. And actually, it's not even give me liberty. It's I will take liberty. I'm going to take liberty because it's my liberty. It's your liberty. It's your birthright as a human being. I don't care if you were born in America or China or Russia or India. I don't care where you were born. You were born as a human being. And other people were born as human beings. Incidentally, other people who call themselves rulers, they don't have a right to take anything from you. Why? Because it's illegitimate and we all know it. It's immoral and we all know it. I like what somebody wrote on the bottom of that video. They said, the slave asks, is it legal? Is it legal to do that? And the free man asks, is it moral? Is it right? The slave asks, is it legal? Does the law allow us to do that? Do our government functionaries really let us, these little kids, do what we think we should do? And the free man goes, is it right? Or is it wrong? If it's right, I'm doing it. If it's wrong, I won't. And I don't need some government functionary making a law saying that you can't do that. Guess what? It's illegal to murder. And people do it every single freaking day. Why? Because they don't care about laws, because they don't care, and they don't care about morality. A law is nothing more, nothing less than the opinion of politicians backed by the threat of force. A man-made law is nothing. Natural law is everything. I'm going to say it again. Man-made law is nothing. Natural law is everything. Everything. Because natural law is in accordance with that which is right. That's why they call them rights. And the opposite of right is wrong. If somebody comes against your rights, they are doing that which is wrong. They are the criminal entities, while they say you're a criminal entity because you broke our man-made law. It's already illegal to kill. Why would you take guns away from people who don't use them to murder people? It's literal freaking insanity. And it's just as insane to rally around a state capitol and only address tyrants. I said in that video, that's awesome. Rally the troops. This is awesome. But don't talk to the tyrants. They don't care what you say, and they don't beg you for permission to do things. Why would you beg them for permission? Please let us be open. Turn to the crowd that you just gathered. Bravo, you gathered the crowd. Bravo, you've got lines of cars down the street. Use your technology to reach out to those crowds and say, here's what we as free men and women are gonna do. We're opening up tomorrow at 8 a.m. If you encounter any problem from any tyrant, be they law enforcers, judge, politicians, I don't care, we're standing by you. Yes, that's how we get stuff done. And if you're an employee for a corporation who's not up to speed yet, like 200 or 300 people or whatever, get together and say, dude, open this shop. We will stand for you. We'll stand by you. We'll be like Minutemen. You can dial us or Amber Alert us or whatever. That's why we're putting together that app. You can get us, just push that button on that app. Boom, we're there. Geolocate. Everybody triangulate on this location. Let's do it. That's how we change our world. Or are you telling me if we see what a lot of people were saying under that video as they were condemning me and calling me a hypocrite was they were literally saying, no, Brian, you don't understand. If you keep on doing what you've been doing, You will make progress. I was saying if you keep doing what you're doing, you'll keep getting what you've been getting. Look, what have we been getting? Look around. We're on lockdown. But guess what's not on lockdown? Here, look, I'm sitting in a parking lot right now. Guess what's not on lockdown? Walmart's not on lockdown. Look how busy Walmart is. Look how busy Walmart is. They're not on lockdown. Oh, Lowe's over there is not on lockdown. Look at all these people. They're just driving. Mom and pop shops are closed. Walmart's not closed. Burger King's not locked down. They're a corporation. No lockdown for them. But you mom and pop shops, you're going out of business. Well, these suckers right here are getting the old corporate government treatment. You can't be a corporation without government, by the way. When you look at a corporate entity, you're looking at a government entity. You're looking at a government-blessed corporate entity. Guess how much Walmart makes in government subsidies every single freaking year? Actually, I don't even know right now, but I know what it was. 7.8 billion, guys. $7.8 billion of government subsidies. That's taxpayer money to keep them up and operational. Do you get that? Do you get any kickback for your small business? How about the little small businesses in your town? Did they get preferential government treatment? No. Well, guess what? Then we don't need to go to the state capitol and ask them for permission for anything, because you already have the right. You already got it. Use your technology, use your brains, cause an uprising. I'm one little guppy in the sea of life. No, I'm not even a guppy. I'm not even that big. I'm like a microplankton in the sea of life. But guess what? If a whole bunch of us microplanktons got together, we can freaking make some waves in this freaking ocean. And if we don't succeed, we'll die trying. Or would you rather just live on your knees? I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. That is way past a cliche at this point. You want to just keep on groveling at your feet? You want me to placate to you and make videos it's nice and pleasant? Oh, look, we're making noise again. Oh, look, we have our little banners. Come and take it from my cold dead hands. Open up the government again. Oh, look, we got the bullhorns out and we're making a bunch of noise and we're honking our horns again. And we got tyranny again, because everybody's going to go home. They're going to depart. There was no plan. There was no formulation. There was no scheme to resist. And I'm talking about scheme in a good way, a scheme to resist tyranny. So we're not even all on the same page, because the key is unity. And the key is unity on the fundamental principle of nobody's got a freaking right to tell you what you can or can't do if you're not hurting anybody. Where am I wrong? It seems pretty simple. So I'm not belittling. If you're a Michigander, I'm not belittling what you guys did in Lansing. Not at all. But we need to sharpen the edge, man. Turn away from the tyrants. Turn your bullhorns toward the crowd. Get those apps ready. Communicate with everybody. That's miles. It's like miles of cars. Bravo. That's awesome that you guys could rally the troops like that. But don't let it come to nothing, because you know it will if you do the same thing you've been doing, and that's exactly what they're doing. That's my objection. So you ask me what I do. What are you guys doing? What are you doing in your small town? Are you sitting at your computer? Are you being the hypocrite? You know how many people I've talked to since this whole freaking thing happened, guys? And we're all on a journey. I'm not condemning you. Just today is the day. Today is the day. My people perish for lack of knowledge. And that's your people, man. You should be saying that. America, these are my people. My brothers and sisters, not just in this freaking country with these invisible borders. My people in Mexico. I want you free. My people, they're my people in Canada. That's how we should look at this. Those are my people in China. Those are my brothers and sisters. Those are my people in Africa. Those are my people in New Zealand. Those are my people in Russia or Eurasia or wherever. They're my people because they're my fellow human beings. They're my brothers and sisters. And when the boot of tyranny and oppression comes down upon them, damn it, it's coming down on me. What is it? What is it Kennedy said? What did he say? He said, when injustice comes against one man, shoot, somebody give me the quote. I don't know. I'm kind of worked up, man. I'm kind of worked up. If injustice comes against one man anywhere, it comes against all men everywhere. That's it. If an injustice is committed toward one man anywhere, injustice comes upon all men everywhere, everywhere, not just America. This is our time to wake up as a freaking world. This is all our time to come together and form. Circle the wagons around the tyrants, not to talk to them, not to beg them, but to exact justice upon them. Isn't $24 trillion enough? Plus 6.2, plus the other 2 trillion they're talking about, plus this $2,000 a month they want to give everybody. Did you see my last video? There's freaking I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican, but in this case, it just so happens to be Democrat, they're wanting to give 16-year-old kids $2,000 a month. I can't, if they work 40 hours a week, they're not making $2,000 a month. They're like, what is this thing called again? COVID-19. I'm going to make sure this thing continues ad infinitum, man. I can see them passing out flyers. God, COVID-19 is killing people. They're going to get on gas masks, anything to get them out of work so they can collect that $2,000. You know that's human nature. You know it's human nature. They're going to do that. I can't even think of a better way to train wreck the economy than just print a bunch of worthless paper and cloth notes. So no, I'm not belittling anybody that thought enough to rally around the idea of we got to be free, but don't beg the tyrants for freedom. They didn't take it from you. You gave it away. Tyrants don't take freedom. Lemmings get around and they get all scared and they submit to the perfect formula for crowd control, for society control, the Hegelian dialectic. Problem, oh my God, we got a problem. Fear-based reaction, God, who do we trust? Who's going to get us out of this mess? And the government goes, I am here to save the day. Look at this. Just sign this. Give me your rights and we'll take care of you. And they never do. Problem, reaction, solution. The government's got that pre-planned solution all made before they created the problem or co-opted the problem in the first place. They don't even have to create the problem. They could just co-opt the problem. And like Rahm Emanuel said, never let a good crisis go to waste, because it gives you the opportunity to do things you otherwise couldn't have done unless that crisis was here. Because when you got a bunch of brain dead lemmings going, oh my God, what do we do? Oh my God, oh, the sky is falling. The government said the sky is falling. We must tell the king. Wait, that's our answer. We got to tell the king the sky is falling. The king will save us. Yeah, I'm probably going crazy. I'm probably going crazy. Because those people who say never let a good crisis go to waste, they know that with the introduction of a crisis, society will freaking lose their crap, man. And when you're scared and you're acting out of fear, you can't make rational decisions, and they know it. So what do? You go, hey, Jack the Ripper, could you please save us? And Jack's like, thought you'd never ask. There are no good politicians. There are no moral conservatives. There are no righteous Democrats. It's two wings of the same vulture's bird of prey, and you're the roadkill in the street, and they didn't put you there, you put yourself there. So the question is, are we going to breathe life into the carcass laying on the street that's getting picked apart by the vulture? Or are we just going to continue to lay there, doing the same things over and over, expecting a different result? That is the definition of insanity. And that's what you guys are trying to tell me in that video. Brian, you're belittling. No. If it sounds like belittling to you to give you the smelling salts of reality, I don't know what to tell you. I've tried to get as many people in my community, and I'm only one person, but if there was 10 people that join with you, and then 20, and then they see your boldness, and it's like, hell yeah, we can do this. Because most people, let's face it, most people aren't going to get out there like you and I would, just in onesies and twosies, because we don't care about the criticism. We see the big picture. The big picture is, this person, if he doesn't take my pill of truth, he's going to die. He will go to a FEMA camp. They're going to load him on a boxcar, and he will be all too happy to go until they turn those chlorine showers on him, and then it's going to be too late. What was it? I don't know the exact quote, but I've said it a couple times, like months ago or years ago on my channel. Hitler said, take away the people's rights by thousands of almost imperceptible reductions. And by the time they wake up and realize it, it's going to be way too late. And we may be at that point. I hope we're not. Maybe I'm in cognitive dissonance. I choose not to believe that. I choose to have some kind of hope, even if it's false hope. I'm going to do the best I can till I die. They're coming for me. They're coming for me. They're coming for you anyway. But they're gonna surveil me. They've been surveilling you anyway. If you're not on a government watch list right by now, you're doing something wrong, mate. You really are. You really are, mate. All right, so I wish there was a way mobile I could go to the super chats. Let me see. Super chat member and super chat members. Let's see. Live chat. 1,600 people. I didn't even know there were that many people in here. Let's see. Can I push that button? Shoot. I may have to do the super chats later. Am I on a watch list? I don't know. Did you see Edward Snowden on advice today? No, I didn't. That's another thing. WikiLeaks virtually got Trump elected, and he's like, WikiLeaks? I don't know anything about WikiLeaks. When you see message after message, like, I didn't even want to get off Air Force 2 because WikiLeaks, WikiLeaks. And now Julian Assange is rotting in some prison. Yeah, okay, let's say people are like, he's a CIA operative. Hey, you got to admit, he did a lot for Donald Trump, and now Donald Trump's going to turn his back on him. WikiLeaks did a lot for you and me. Now, it could be a psychological operation, but that's beside the point. They did a lot for us by exposing what was going on with the military-industrial complex when Bradley Manning gave all that information, and we saw at we peered into just a little microfish look at what the military-industrial complex actually does. The first thing that comes to my mind is that helicopter. I don't remember what kind of helicopter, like 2 miles away, blows away all those people in that street corner that didn't even know what hit them. 2 of them were Reuters journalists. Just kill him. Just killed him. Don't think that doesn't go on every single day and there aren't black ops going on. You have no idea what's up. Who was it? William Blum, who said, no matter how conspiracy minded or paranoid you may be, what the government is doing is far worse than you can possibly imagine. And we're going to rally around the state capitol and ask them to help us. That's why I said it's tantamount to saying, Jack the Ripper, could you please help us? People are dying. And he's like, hell yeah, I'll help you. I'll help myself. Let me just ask you, am I off base on something? Let's just direct this conversation a little bit. Am I off base on something? If I am off base, just give me a dislike and unsubscribe for me. If what I've said is not in accordance with truth and pure liberty, and give me liberty or give me death, let me know. If I've said something wrong about tyrants, maybe maybe somebody out there thinks, no, tyrants are good. The Hillary and Obama tyrants aren't good, but the Trump tyrant is good. I like the Trump tyrant. He's really nice. $6.2 trillion. I can overlook that. Civil asset forfeiture. I can overlook that from Trump. Real ID, I can overlook that. What does the guy have to do for you to wake up and go, holy crap, nobody's good in government? Holy crap, I'm doing the same thing I've been doing over and over, expecting a different result. Getting my hopes pinned on some government functionary who doesn't care about me. He wants to see me dead. But before I die, he wants to squeeze me and bleed me for every ounce of tax cattle energy he can get out of me. It's us, guys. We're the problem. We are the problem. We are the fashioners of our own chains. And nobody's more hopelessly deceived and enslaved than those who falsely believe that they are not deceived and free. No one is more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they're free. And you falsely believe you're free just because you have freedom to go to the state capitol and redress your grievances, petition your government for redress of grievances. You're not free because you can speak. Speaking is good, but if you're speaking to tyrants, what good is that? What do you think they're going to give you? More grief, more laws, taking more of your rights, taking more of your money, leading us into more wars, exacting more tyranny against you in the name of the war on, you have to understand, there's a war on drugs. We're going to go out there and get drugs because I'm Richard Nixon and I love you. I love all Americans. Really? People really believe that? People really believe that Richard Nixon wanted the best for Americans? Really? How does that work? How does that work? Wait, we can have Reagan. Reagan cares about us. Look, oh, how about George H.W.? Read my lips. No new taxes. And then he turns around, stabs Americans in the back, gives them more taxes than they had, and then they turn around and go, thank you. May I have another dagger in my back, please? Not, you lied to me. You freaking moron. You lied to me. You said no new taxes. Now we got new taxes, damn it. I can't trust the Republicans. I can't trust the Democrats. Wait a minute. Wait, why do I need the Democrats and Republicans? Wait, I'm a man and they're men, but they wear suits and ties and stand behind presidential seals and gold-fringed American flags, saying there's something that I'm not, saying they have a moral right to rule me and I have the moral obligation to obey them. Wait a second, I'm a human being like they are. What's going on here? That's what we need to do, is wake up. Crap. I don't cuss, but I feel like cussing today. Yeah, Jack says Trilateral Commission. You got the CIA, you got the FBI, you got the Bilderberg Group, you got the Council on Foreign Relations, you got the Triad. Oh yeah, look, look, people are gonna be like, Brian's Illuminati. You got the Trilateral Commission, you got the Bilderberg Group, and you got the Council on Foreign Relations. You remember what Hillary Clinton said? She goes, I'm so glad to be here at the mothership. At least I won't have so far to go from the State Department to come up down here to the Council on Foreign Relations to be told what to do as the Secretary of State. You guys tell me what to do. There's your shadow government. Hillary Clinton is nothing more than a puppet and a string. So is AJ, so is Obama, so is Bush W, so is Bush HW, it's all on down the line. And don't think, but Trump's different, right? Yeah, Trump's different. He's led you into a land of deeper BS tyranny than you could ever possibly shake a stick at in 32 freaking thousand years. Make that 31,710 years. And why do I say that number? Because that's how long a trillion seconds is. A trillion seconds is 31,709 years. That's how big the number trillion is. And he signed $6.2 trillion of your grandchildren's ad infinitum, ad nauseum, signed all their lives away to ensure that they would all be slaves of the bankers. And you're going to say Trump 2020? Woohoo! Woohoo! I'm crazy! Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Wow. Wow. Man. Pure devastation is coming. Thanks, Tamara. Brian is losing his ever frickin' loving mind. Thanks, Alyssa. Preach, Brian. Speak the knowledge. All right, look. I want to get Walmart at peak operations. I'm going to be sending these out. If you guys want these, it's free, guys. It's free. Just go to my website. On the right-hand side of the screen, it says CV19 lie is a lie flyer. Just pass these out. See what people say. All I'm doing, guys. I'm just a harvester like you. I'm just out here with my bag of seeds. In this case, it's this. Or use your voice. If you don't have a printer and you can't print stuff out, just use your voice. Plant seeds. That's all we are. We just plant seeds. Plant seeds. Plant seeds. One day there's going to be a harvest. You could plant 100 seeds and only one grows, but that's one. That one is powerful. It's probably worse odds than that, you know? But yeah, thanks, B. Polani. Thanks. I appreciate you doing that, Ben. I'm sorry, I'm probably slaughtering your last name, but yeah, he just put that flyer in there. That's the link to the website and to the flyer. And record your interactions with your fellow human beings. I'm not out here to try to slam them. I'm out there trying to open their eyes. If you have an enlightened soul, you're gonna change a freaking life, guys. Guys, write it off. We're all going to the concentration camps. It's just a matter of time. That's what history says. If we don't learn from history, we're doomed to repeat it. If we don't turn this ship around, and man, we're going to need more than 40 acres to turn the ship around. If we don't get our asses and our acts together and unite on true freedom, principles, and liberty, there's another thing. If Donald Trump gave a damn about freedom, you know who he would hire on his staff? As, I don't know, chief of staff or treasury secretary? If I was thinking freedom-wise, I would get Ron Paul on ASAP, like yesterday. But because he doesn't, It tells you everything you need to know. People are looking at Anthony Fauci and Deborah Birx and going, "Oh my God, Trump's been betrayed by his inner sanctum. All these people, Pence they're in on this whole big deal, guys." Trump hired all these people. He appointed all these people. He's the problem. No, actually, Trump's not the problem. Deborah Birx isn't the problem. Anthony Fauci's not the problem. Pence isn't the problem. Pompeo's not the problem. Who's the Secretary of Commerce? Wilbur Ross, Zionist Wilbur Ross, who bailed out Donald Trump to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. I've seen estimates and I've seen the evidence for it, $4.2 billion, but that's another story with Taj Mahal. He's in Rothschild. By the way, Wilbur Ross, who was appointed by Donald J. Trump to be the Commerce Secretary, is an employee of, wait for it, be appalled at it, Rothschild Inc. Wilbur Ross, Trump appointee as Commerce Secretary, is an employee of Rothschild Inc. Let that sink in, and then you tell me that Trump gives a damn about you and your freedoms. Go ahead, unsubscribe. It's just the truth. Sick of this BS. I'm sick of namby-pamby, skin of the truth stuffed with a great big lie BS. Sick of it. Anyway, I'll record. I got my body cam on, so I'll record passing these out till they kick me out. I'm not going to go inside this time. I'm going to try to get people as they're coming in. You know, people can sell Girl Scout cookies. Why can't I just give out a flyer? What's interesting is every flyer that I've been handing out, not one person has rejected taking it, except for one Walmart manager. You would think people would be so freaked out. It's like, oh, I can't touch that because I don't have my gloves on. Not one person has done that. Nobody's thinking about that. And only one time in this town where I've reached out and shook to shake somebody's hand, only one time was I denied. Now I get a lot of people going, oh God, should I do that? And even in my mind, because you cannot walk through this life without getting crap on your boots, guys. So even in my mind, I was like, oh God, should I shake this guy's hand? Oh, hell yeah, I can shake his hand. You know, momentarily you get stuck on stupid. I'm just putting it out there, guys. It really happens. So anyway, okay, so what are you guys saying? Let's see. 1.8 thousand people? Geez, that's so freaking humbling, guys. I guarantee you I will. Who is Rothschilds Inc? Amschel Rothschilds, the international banking Zionist international banking cartel. The Rothschilds family is who actually owns the monetary system of the United States, and the U.S. currency, the dollar, is the world's reserve currency. They